There's a video request that I've not fulfilled until now. Here's $10,000 worth of glass. That's on the cheap too. Well, a couple of these aren't on the cheap. These are my favorite telephoto lenses. These are the best for the money. However, some of these have absolutely no alternative, and they're insanely expensive regardless. First off, and we're going to see about the new Tamron 7200 2.8 when that's available to get in my hands. I'm moving heaven and earth to put that lens in my hand. Obviously at $1,200 it's very cheap. Whether it's any damn good or not, I don't know. I do know one thing for certain, that there will be no way that it will match this lens, which is the 7200 2.8 E-series Nikkor, but this lens is $2,800. The autofocus on it's incredible. Close focus is incredible. There's no way the Tamron will match this. However, at $1,200, it could come pretty close. I will absolutely pound the hell out of it when I get my hands on it, and I will find out definitively if it is. So that's in no particular order. That's one of the lenses. Secondly, I talked about this endlessly. I got a couple of them. Why, I have no idea. I did rent one out. I didn't charge somebody. I let somebody borrow it. So I guess I didn't rent it. I let somebody borrow it. You see a 200 to 500 Nikkor. 5.6. Absolutely incredible lens. Amazing value. Made in China. Some of the earlier copies had a slightly significant variation on their build quality, but they've since supposedly fixed that. That was very, very early on. This is, you buy anything recent, not been an issue apparently, for everything I could ascertain. Anyway, 200 to 500 Nikkor, absolutely indispensable. It is a huge honking beast. Yeah, I did get these vinyl stickers from a buddy. Let me set this over here. There's that lens. This is an overpriced boutique lens. However, there's absolutely no lens out there made by anybody like it, including Nikon. That's the 300mm f4. Very lightweight. It's a phase Fresnel. The images are flat. They are a little bit unsaturated. I can tweak a lot of that. I can't add micro contrast in Lightroom. But everything in lens design is a trade-off. Anyway, this is a 300mm f4, insane fast autofocus. It is $2,000. However, with the TC14E Mark III teleconverter, this is a 420mm lens, and on a DX crop sensor, just the field of view is 630mm. Rather tight, but 430mm. And you lose one stop of light adding the TC14. This, by the way, is $550. Not cheap. 7 elements. 7 elements on this little sucker. It turns this into a 420mm f5.6. Absolutely love it. This is one of Nikon's boutique lenses. It is overpriced. It is plastic. It is made in China. The one phase Fresnel element, which is the third element in. Pretty expensive, but not that expensive to cause this thing to be $2,000 as opposed to $200 to $500, which is ridiculously cheap at $1,400 essentially. This is actually a really fast lens, and there are a lot of different versions of 7300mm from Nikon. I only get the latest VRG. This is a 4.5 to 5.6. The VRG Nikkor is 70 to 300. You can get these used all day long on eBay for $300, 330 bucks. Nikon's made a lot. Here's the big beast. Nikon's made a lot of 300mm 2.8s. This is the first ultra fast AFS ring ultrasonic driven Nikon. This one you can usually find about about $1,500. Yeah, that's the actual lens hood for this thing, this condom here. That's the lens hood. Yeah, I got some vinyl stickers on this lens hood too, huh? A little bit overkill, a little bit fanboyism. Everybody go, fanboy! This is it. Nikon this is also Nikon's heaviest 300mm. This is made from 2001 2004. This is the AFS 300mm 2.8 Nikkor. Great value. One in this condition is worth about $1,600. Usually the people that own these have pounded the hell out of them. Like the 70-200 2.8, we actually have 4 AFS buttons located at 90-degree intervals around the front of the lens. Built-in tripod collar. Extremely heavy. This lens is really damn heavy. But very fast autofocus, and the images that are rendered on this are absolutely unbelievable. The modern ultra lightweight lenses, and they're not that ultra, they're still pretty damn heavy. Nikon is going to come out with a new 300mm they have a faster autofocus, but not much faster than this. I mean, the difference between this at $1,500 and the most recent 300mm 2.8 for a lot more money is very little in autofocus tracking and acquisition. Not much. They are a little bit lighter. Nikon, I know for a fact this year, because I have sources too, is coming out with a basically a version of this for 300mm 2.8, which should be a mostly plastic. In this lens, it's important to make it out of plastic. Mostly plastic. It'll be very expensive too. Fluoride element 300mm 2.8. Canon for many years now. It's the reason why you see them in the sidelines of sporting events is that Nikon early on decided to perfect the ultra lightweight 300mm 2.8s and 400s. Nikon never jumped on board, and I'm kind of proud of that in a way. I mean, these are black, which these, considering these lenses are made to be out in the sunshine, they should be white. They shouldn't be black for obvious reasons. Black absorbs heat. So they're the wrong color. They are obnoxiously heavy, but they're built like tanks. But you're not hammering nails with them either, so ultimately who gives a crap about that, right? You would never ever let this hang off your camera because it would just about instantly destroy it. Well, not instantly, but near instantly. It will rip the threads right out of the mount. I mean, your camera mount will be stuck to this, and it will be sitting on the floor, and your camera will be completely molested of its mount. Incredible lens. Absolutely incredible. Nothing matches. It's like, why would you own this huge, expensive monster, 300mm 2.8 when you could use that 200 to 500? And obviously, that's more versatile. Obviously, it has this has no vibration reduction at all. No VR. Doesn't need VR, however. That's also something else you're paying for in the more modern lenses. You have VR, and they are more lightweight, but not very. You still need to use them with a monopod. But the images that roll off of this are absolutely, yeah, that good. And then you stick the obnoxiously huge lens hood. And then you lock it in with this lock screw right over here. There we go. Lock screw. There we go. Cinch it up nice and tight. And that's it. That's the 300mm 2.8. Oh, I love you, baby. Today's Valentine's Day. I didn't realize that today's Valentine's Day. Said the guy making love to the lens, right? So, where's my Valentine's at? Nobody sent me a Valentine. For good reason, right? Anyway, those are the 5. God, there's a lot of money on this table. There's a lot of money on this table. Too much. See, this lens is insured, this lens is insured, this lens is insured, and that lens is insured. So, yeah. Thank God, And the camera that it's attached to is insured. Thank you for watching so much. If you like this video, you can drop me a buck or two. Tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy, happy, happy. Thank you for watching. Oh, yeah, don't forget, TC14E Mark III teleconverter. Well, it can work. Technically, on the 200 to 500, it makes it a really slow f8 and no dice. No dice on that lens. This teleconverter is perfect, specifically for the 300mm f4, and it does also work well on the new 70 to 200 2.8. But that'll bring it down one stop, though, too, so you have to realize that. So, which will turn it into a, 1.4 times 70 to 200. Offhand, can't remember. It's very late in the day, and I'm tired. So, thank you for watching. This is a video that is a viewer request, and those are the 5 lenses. 300 2.8, 70 to 300, 300mm f4, 70 to 200 2.8. We'll find out about the Tamron lens and the 200 to 500 Nikkor back there. Okay? Thanks. Bye.
welcome.